Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Here in the home of the slightly above average ship review today, we are on the Solomon Islands in a domination match for a Tech Tree Spotlight on the Tier 2 destroyer Phra Ruang. Swadikap Kontai, Chun Chu KPZ, Wani, Chun Japut Kyogap Radam T Song, T Pan Asian Tech Tree, Destroyer Phra Ruang, Kong, pardon me, for Ted Tai. All right, I just tried to repeat myself in Thai very badly. Apologize for that. There is a look at the teams. As you can see, the enemy has two Phra Runes, and we just have me. So I speak Thai, sort of. I used to be a linguist in the U.S. Army. Chun Koipen Tan said, Rian Pasatai T, Rong Rian Sang Pasat, Dang Berted Kong Gristun Galahom Saharat. Let Rian Ik Ti Mahawityalai Konkan by Phukap Tahantai Ti Bertetai Ti Pisanarok Ti Ganjanabari Ti Lopari Ti Konkan. I was just describing how I learned Thai and where I've trained with the Thai military in Thailand. If you've never been to Thailand, it is a wonderful place, although it is a little bit warm. All right, we're heading towards the Charlie Cap, and we are going to do a ship review after the game in the port. This is a former British destroyer. I want to say at one point I knew the name of it. But it was sold to Thailand. It served in the Thai military um, for quite a long time. Formerly the HMS Radiant, served from 1920 to 1949 in the Thai military. Allegedly, the hull might still even exist today. Phra Ruang is the founder of the first Thai kingdom when they came out from under the rule of the Khmer dynasty. All right, we're engaging the Shenyang here. That's the Tier 3 Pan-Asian Tech Tree destroyer. We are lighting them up with our guns. We put up our smoke screen. He is still spotted by our teammates. So this is why I'm able to do this. And as you can see here, because he can't shoot at me really, except for blind shooting, I have all the advantage. Now, why am I not shooting torpedoes at the Shenyang? Well, that's because these Pan-Asian destroyers, with the exception of the Loyang, have what's called deep water torpedoes that cannot hit destroyers. So that's why I'm not shooting my torpedoes. There we go, finishing off the Shenyang. All right, St. Louis out here, and we're launching at him because cruiser is in between us and him, but he's going to pass out of the path of our torpedoes. And we're just checking the movement of the St. Louis while we continue to capture the Charlie base. So here's an interesting side note while we're speaking about Thailand, just a little bit. I've only ridden a horse once in my life. My granddad had horses. I like horse racing. I bet on horse racing. Um, but I rode a horse once, my grandfather's horse, and it bucked me off right away. So that's the only time I've ever tried to ride a horse. But in Thailand, I've actually ridden an elephant. Thai people consider an elephant to be like a sacred animal. Uh, I actually have a really beautiful tapestry that I acquired for like $10 up in the Hill Tribe area of Thailand. That's kind of the Thai equivalent to like an Indian reservation, so to speak, in America. It's a really beautiful tapestry. If I had a picture of it, I would have put it up here on the screen, but unfortunately I don't. It is in long-term storage right now. All right, we're engaging the Aurora here, Tier 2 Soviet ship. This just came out recently as part of Black Friday. I have the original one, so I do not have the black one anymore. I sold it, but as you can see, your shells are very floaty at range, although like most British guns, they're relatively accurate in terms of destroyers at range. So this is a valid way to fight. especially because he's not shooting at us, so this is just free damage as long as we can get it. Also, we are continuing to head towards the Alpha cap, and then we're going to transverse through Alpha and try to go into Bravo. I slowed down here and stopped and put up my smoke screen because he's still spotted, and I wanted to be able to concentrate on trying to finish him off. As you can see, he's being attacked by 3 of our ships, and he gets taken out by the Wabatake. All right, so we're going to continue on into the Alpha Cap. As I say all the time, in a domination match, your goal should be to capture, hold, and defend these cap circles as frequently and as often as you can. We have a 2 cap to 0 lead. They're just starting to capture Bravo because they have a significant advantage over on that side of the map. 3 destroyers all in Bravo, and presumably their aircraft carriers out near that cruiser you can see on the mini map. Um, Probably more towards that little inlet or river entry, but that is neither here nor there. We are not worried about that right now. All right, so the Phra Ruang is relatively quick. It has a um, low profile in the water. It has 3 guns. I consider it a torpedo boat. I consider tiers, there's the aircraft carrier. Consider tiers 3, 4, and 2, 3, and 4 to be more torpedo boats. I use the torpedo commander, Deng Shichang on those guys, and I use the other commander, the gunboat commander, on tiers 5, 6, and 7. Just one guy's opinion of an average player, winning percentage 53%. So you can come to your own conclusion about what commanders you want to use in these ships. I just feel that the reload is too long and the DPM is not there to run these lower tier ships as gunboats. All right, so we've transversed A. I thought that cruiser and destroyer were going to take out the aircraft carrier. There's an enemy Phra Ruang. There's an enemy Phra Ruang. And like the 3rd destroyer, I didn't really get a look at him. This guy heading out of range, I'm going to speculatively fire there, but really have no belief that those shells are going to hit the target. All right, looking back here again, friendly Campbelltown gets taken out over there by the Bravo cap. So enemy aircraft carrier did not get taken out by that cruiser and destroyer like I thought they would be. Um, so we are going to go over here and just do get into torpedo range just to be able to launch torpedoes at this guy and take him out. Um, on something that may interest only me, just to let you know, when I was in the military over in Thailand, I did get Thai jump wings. So if I was to wear my military uniform for any reason, I could put my airborne wings and then my Thai airborne wings right under it. There are annual exercises the U.S. does over in Thailand called Cobra Gold. I have seen a cobra. I haven't held one, but I did hold like a boa constrictor, some gigantic snake over in Thailand. So that was entertaining for everybody involved. We just got into torpedo range that aircraft carrier, the Hermes, and I did launch at him. I find it deeply ironic that a cruiser who was very close to that guy is now asking people to kill him. Like, you were right there. That was your job. But we'll do it for you. We'll take care of it. All right. Enemy Phra Ruang. Maybe we get a little Phra Ruang on Phra Ruang violence. Yet to be determined. There he is begging somebody else to kill the aircraft carrier. Let's take a look back at our torpedoes. He's not moving. And there goes the Hermes. High caliber. Kill number 2 and a devastating strike. All right, the Hermes does take out that Kuma. Maybe that's why he ran away. That destroyer heading that way, little too late to have an impact on the fate of the Hermes. All right, so they have 2 Phra Ruangs and a 3rd destroyer. We have myself and my teammate who is going over towards the sunken aircraft carrier for some reason, and our own aircraft carrier, which is about to be victimized by that 3rd destroyer. So I believe I'm going to have to kill two Phra Ruans here at some point in this match. All right, there's the other Phra Ruang, Phra Ruang Tisang, and we're going to engage him with our guns. As I said before, these guns are very accurate, although I just missed all three shots there. They are very accurate, and we are stopping and trying to concentrate on shooting because we have way more health than this guy, or at least some more health. So I'm going to try to whittle him down. I did throw up my smoke screen, which may have been a mistake, as the other Phra Ruang takes out our aircraft carrier. And as you can see, if that other destroyer had stayed in Alpha Cap, we probably could have killed this guy rather quickly. But again, for some reason, he decided to head into Alpha and then turn back around and go where the sunken aircraft carrier was, and then come all the way around that island instead of just cutting through the cap. So I don't understand. All right, shooting torpedoes again has no purpose here because they can't do anything to another destroyer. So we capture out Bravo, and then we'll head towards the smoke screen to engage the Phra Ruang. It's a little embarrassing to me that I can't give more of this review in Thai. I was a Thai linguist, but I haven't spoken Thai regularly in almost 20 years. Um, a lot of that vocabulary, if you don't use it every day, it goes away. So all my military vocabulary is gone. All right, we are lighting him up. You can get a good angle and still have two or three guns on target. So we are close to finishing him off. And he dodges torpedoes, but he can't dodge my guns. Kill number 3. All right, now we're going to head into Alpha and capture this back out. So we know one enemy Phra Ruang went down to kill the aircraft carrier. Other destroyer just have no idea where that guy is right now. So we're just going to hope he comes up on the screen and we can engage him and take him out. As you can see, the radio direction finder, uh, the word for radio in Thai is Witiyu. Uh, the radio direction finder is indicating kind of off our starboard bow. And as you can see, someone is capturing Charlie. So we are headed that way. By the way, the jungle in Thailand is very dangerous. If you are not familiar with it, they have these things called fire ants. They're like army ants. So basically, the ants walk along in the trees, not on the ground. So you really have to be careful when you're in the jungle to not lean up against the wrong tree. And I remember once an ant jumped off of the ant trail and went down the back of my uniform and bit me. And so I had to take off my 130-pound rucksack, throw it on the ground, and then I had to find a tree where the ants weren't in to be able to crush this ant while it was biting me. So it was just super entertaining. Scorpions, snakes, they've got bugs that look like they're from Starship Troopers over in Thailand. So be very careful when you're sitting on the ground over there. All right, here's the other enemy destroyer, the Campbelltown. He's just sitting dead stop in the cap. I don't recommend doing that unless you know that you're not going to be spotted by anybody. So we're able to get a couple of salvos in and light him on fire. He is now burning, and we're just going to continue to pour in the fire with our accurate guns. And we are going to, boom, take him out there. A little late on the smoke screen, kill number 4. All right, so to get a Kraken, we are going to have to kill the other Phra Ruang. And right here, friends, I'm not afraid to say I make a mistake. I get greedy and dumb at the same time. Usually those two go together. So this Watataki, I'm not very happy with him for him just kind of following me around the map, I guess. And so I decide I'm just going to let the Watataki fight the Phra Ruang. And then, presuming the Phra Ruang kills the Watataki, I'll finish off the Phra Ruang in its weakened state because that Kraken's right there and I want to get it. So I decided to do this. And it wasn't the right decision. And that's my bad. I should have engaged the Phra Ruang as soon as he was spotted. and I did not do that. So I apologize to the Watataki player. I left you hanging out to dry because I am a greedy, selfish person, and I should have not done that. So right here, I could have been shooting at this guy. I will finally shoot at him. But as you can see up at the clock, we are just ticking under 30 seconds left. These torpedoes are not going to hit the enemy Phra Ruang. So we're going to come in here and try to engage him. But we're just not going to have enough time. We didn't leave ourselves enough time because we did not damage the other Phra Ruang enough. So even though I feel very confident we could beat him in a gun battle because we have more hit points and I think a better player than he is, this first salvo knocks out his rudder, but he turns away, and these shells don't really do any damage, and the time runs out. All my fault. All right. Here on the victory screen, we get the high caliber medal, the devastating strike medal, 4 torpedo strikes, 4 big kills, 1 solo base cap, 2 assisted base caps, just over 58,000 damage, 115,000 plus silver, 5031 ship XP and commander XP. And let's go to the team results. The scoreboard. There we are, Destroyer DT suit, Phra Ruang, 2236 base XP with those 4 big kills, top of the board. We're the best. No other ship in this match could compare. I hope you enjoyed that gameplay. Now let's go into the port and look at the Phra Ruang. It is a fully upgraded destroyer. Consumables, you got 4 charges of the smoke generator and 4 charges of the engine boost. We were running that common battle booster for speed. Got that Type 1 temporary camo and the early adopter flag. Wargaming, please introduce a TIE flag so I can put it on the ship. 8,050 hit points. We got those 302 millimeter guns, 8.6 kilometer range, reload in 5.2 seconds, 18-second turn time. HE shells do 1,500 damage with a 6% fire chance. AP shells also do 1,500 damage, although I wouldn't use those very often. And that's why I don't consider it a gunboat, not enough DPM. Torpedo launchers, 2 twin launchers, reload every 35.2 seconds, max damage, 10,195, 7.3 kilometer range at 54 knots, and the detectability is 1,100 meters. Moving on, AA defense, just 3 guns, not a very high AA rating. Maneuverability, 37.1 knots with the speed boost flag, 450-meter turning circle, rudder shift time 2.3 seconds. And concealment, 4.4 kilometers on the surface, 2.4 from the air, 2 kilometers even when firing in smoke. All right, here's our commander, level 12 legendary, level 1, Deng Shichang. His base trait lessens the detectability a little bit and slightly increase the torpedo damage. We got Swirsky and Bay for a triple concealment build. Row 1, we chose Subsurface Venture. Row 2, Fragile Threat. Row 3, Perceptive. Row 4, Destroy or Be Destroyed. And our legendary skill is Unstoppable. I decided not to use Knuckle Duster because since it's a torpedo, we want to do as much damage as we can. So that build I recommend for all these lower tier 2, 3, and 4 torpedo boats. If you're Thai, I hope you found this enjoyable or at least palatable with my poor Thai language skills. Chun put pasatai gungu pla pla. Just a little bit. Snake, snake, fish, fish. Also, I want to say before the video ends, when the previous king died, passed away, it was a tremendous loss. He was a very great ruler and very respected by everybody who knew about him. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button and tune in next time for another slightly above average ship review.